Greetings, everyone, and welcome. I am Jabert, and I am so glad that you've decided to join us once again here on Cosmic Crit. Y'all, I'm not gonna lie. Things have gotten a little wild here in Season 3, and it's about to get a little bit weirder, but before we get on to that in this episode, I have an announcement. Well, honestly, I think this was actually announced when we announced our new partnership with Paizo, but I'm going to announce it once again because I think it's just that cool and exciting and shouldn't be missed. CritterCon 4 is coming up soon. For those of you who aren't familiar, CritterCon is I think at this point we can call it an annual weekend of shenaniganry and Starfinder, and it's basically members of the community coming together, and we all get together, we all play some Starfinder Society, and then in the evenings the cast does some streams over on Twitch, and people can sort of participate in the game by either donating to buy Patrick a crit or buy one of us a reroll or something. It's a ton of fun. We all have a blast with it, and we usually do some other special streams around there on the same weekend. It's always a blast. I love doing it, and it's also for a good cause. We raised money for Doctors Without Borders. Last year at CritterCon 3, we raised over $6,000 for Doctors Without Borders, and as you can imagine, that is a very important organization that's doing some really great work, especially these days while we're all sort of thinking about our health and thinking about public health. It's they're an excellent organization to be supporting now. But yeah, we raise money through donations during the games, and we also raffle off things like dice and dice bags and even player boons, some of which are donated by some of our generous listeners like you. Which brings me to my next point. If you have been playing Pathfinder Society or Starfinder Society and you have some unused boons lying around, and you've just got these you've got these permissions to use these boons just laying fallow in your field of boons, we would love it if you would donate those to the charity, and we will raffle those off. And last time those helped us raise hundreds of dollars. It was a really huge hit. So if you have any unused Pathfinder Society or Starfinder Society boons, send us an email at cosmiccrit@gmail.com, or you can just message us over on our Discord, and we'll help you get squared away. The dates are going to be April 23rd to the 25th. That's the Friday, Saturday, Sunday on the last weekend of April. It is going to be a real hoot, and I hope you join us. Well, I think that's all I really had to tell you guys. I hope to see you there in April. We should be coming up with a schedule here in the next few weeks, and we'll be posting that over at cosmiccrit.com. So keep an eye out for that. But I suppose without any further ado, allow me to introduce episode 168. Under Thresher.
Episode commencing in 3, 2, 1. Episode initiated.
It's time to leap, jump, and dive over barrels hurled at us by a vengeful monkey as we climb up the ladder to save a princess in distress on this week's Donkey Crit. Welcome back, folks. This is your GM here, your arcade general manager, doling out quarters and preparing you to go on an adventure. Joining me in clobbering Kong once and for all are my 5 friends and your 1-ups. To my right, she can fly higher than one could spring and jump up. It's Rebecca rolling with Zinnia.
Hello.
Across from her, this slick oil barrel is ready to explode like a fire grenade. It's Drew delivering Echo 7.
We have a kill screen over here. If anybody wants to see a kill screen, we've got a kill screen coming up.
You're my kill screen. To my right, this terrible trouble bug is standing in your way of climbing all day. It's Tyler dredging up Devasho.
Okay.
across from him, this Jumpman might not have the mustache, but he's got the panache. It's Jabert playing his Trest.
Here we go.
And across the digital table, whether Atari or NES, this little flower has all the Nintendo power, why it's Miles mixing it up with Sprouts.
Good evening.
I didn't know that the little fire things were called trouble bugs.
I don't think I knew that either.
Trouble
No,
bugs.
that's a new one to me. But I could never get past like level 3 of Donkey Kong. So
I was not good at Donkey Kong either.
It's
I didn't
hard.
know there were different levels.
Oh, yeah. Difficult designs there, too. Hey, folks.
Hey.
Pretty wild stuff last week as we dived headfirst into Thurston Hillman's mindscape of book 5 of Attack of the Zorm. I tried to hint a little bit before with like Echo 7's like recurring dreams and oddities and things, how strange this was going to get, but I don't feel like you were adequately prepared for how weird this AP is going to get in increasing oddness. But yeah, you guys are as far behind enemy lines here as possible, literally inside the enemy's mind. So I was wondering at the start here of book 5, now that we've gotten the first episode out of the way, if you had any predictions, things that might happen, places you might go.
So this is giving me some heavy Twin Peaks The Return vibes.
You know, it's so funny. I was just watching a review of that this week. You're in.
So am I in the right mindset of walking into this AP just to expect some Lynchian Mindscape nonsense?
Well, if you weren't before, I'm going to write that in. So yes.
Good, because Echo 7 is just going to be Dougie the entire season.
That was what I was going to do.
Not everyone can be Dougie. Yeah, no, there's just
Will you teach me
a
how to
little
Dougie?
person backwards dancing at all times in your party now.
Garman Bosia! Have we gone too far into the Twin Peaks?
Any other actual predictions and things you might, people or things you might see?
Well,
Sand. I'm guessing a lot of sand.
Anakin Skywalker.
He's going to kill all the sand
And
people.
Jabert's the winner. Ding, ding.
Yay.
It's a lot of sand in this desert of the mind. What else, though?
I feel like this might be our real introduction to the Amranta. You know, you talk about mindscapes and people that are literally souls and goop in a shell that, you know, they might have some relationship to this whole thing going on.
I hope we see Major Yaldemaric again. That's all. That's my only wish.
I hope that we gain some sort of psychic abilities ourselves, potentially by being exposed to psychic abilities.
Master of the Matrix.
We take the swarm down from the inside.
There is no spoon. Okay, well let's see if your predictions come true as we jump back in to we're already midway through Sprouts Marlowe's introduction as he tells us, so what happened last time on Cosmic Crit?
Look, if there's one thing I hate more than anything in the verse, it's mind games. And boy, howdy do we step into the mother of all mind games. My number one ride, Echo 7, spent months trying to find us all as we were mired in these loopy visions. No chance to celebrate, though. As soon as we got our collective heads back in the game, we get attacked by some swarm, bamboozled by more visions. And then this Prunken cyclone appears out of nowhere, where this mysterious figure made of energy walks through. Who is it? I'm in no mood and I aim to find out ASAP.
It's an odd creature formed of energy and light that indeed just appeared before you all in this desert, a vortex made of sand, much like the burning bush of yore. And it keyed into you specifically, Trest, this creature that looks somewhat Sheeran, but there's something off about it that you didn't quite understand. But I believe, Zinnia, you have keyed in that this is like a half Sheeran, half swarm or Kucharn creature, this representation here. But yeah, it latches onto you, Trest, and your sun moat kind of speaks to you in what you can recognize as like an ancient form of Shirin, that sounds kind of like, believeth its word hath bared upon thine mind.
Sorry, can you I couldn't quite understand you. What you say?
That's the point. It seems to want to reach out and kind of psychically communicate with you more. And it does kind of like reach into your mind, and you can feel like bits and pieces of language being prodded. And after a few more moments, it concentrates and in a more modern tongue will come back and say, "What are you?"
We are not of this place. We come from another realm.
Oh, and whom do you serve?
We serve the Lady of Bugs, the Hylax. She's got a better name than that. I am almost certain of it. Let me make a religion check.
The Forever Queen, you mean?
Yes, the Forever Queen is who we serve.
Then we are aligned, though we would if only you were to oppose the Malign Union. For all who oppose the Malign Union are friends with independence.
Well, what the pronk's the Malign Union?
He kind of like looks around outside of its sandstorm, outside
Down
of the desert.
Here.
Well, no, it's purvey, like looking over the exterior.
Okay.
I
thought it was more of like, where's that voice coming from? Oh, it's 16 inches tall.
Well, it does that too. It's like, oh my. Everything in this world that is not a free form, like myself, is of the Malign Union's endless host.
You mean the swarm?
Yes.
How is it that you came to be in this place then?
I am an idea given manifestation in Mindscape. One of many, but still very few compared to the endless host.
Obviously, my friend Stiff Drink.
Do you have a name that we may call you?
You guys get still the same psychic kind of like feelings in your mind. Not necessarily words, but all of them kind of lead towards the idea of independence, of freedom, of liberty.
Can Sprouts roll sense motive? I mean, because everything he's saying sounds nice, but I mean, after everything they've gone through in the last 2 hours, he's definitely not going to look on a strange face as friendly right away.
Yeah, make me roll. Oh boy,
that's a natural 20.
Yeah. So far, at first it seemed more wary of you perhaps than you were of it, but after kind of like talking with you and psychically perhaps forming its own opinions of your motives, it has relaxed. But for you don't sense any guile in its answers. And as it continues on, it says, you all seem in distress. Some who exist beyond the reach of the Malign Union retreat to a place of refuge, and I can lead you all there if you care to follow me. And once again, this seems to be completely out of selfless interest in seeing that you guys are hurt.
Well, not gonna lie, we're kind of worse for wear for right now, and you seem to be on the up and up, so we'll follow you.
You are just unaccustomed to this place. Your minds yearn for something more real. You are hurt, and independence can heal you.
I think we should call him Shibby, because he is shiny and blue.
My name
That's all of
Independence.
No, that is not a real name. I am sorry.
I was going to say liberty.
Also,
that's good.
I was not talking to you. Friends, I think we should vote on the name for pet. I vote Shibby. What say the...
Devasho, perhaps now is not the time.
Okay.
Yes, Devasho, we don't even have our ship where we could stash this cute little creature.
All good points.
In safety.
You're right. Okay.
We can make him our pet when we get back to a safe place, to a safe point.
That is a good idea. I would like very much.
I think Devasha is in need of some healing of intelligence and wisdom kinds.
Oh, is that what is happening here? Yeah, well, Independence will psychically say that they can heal you for one more D4 points of ability damage per score. So if you guys are hurt from the mirages of last week's episode, feel free to roll 1d4 healing for each.
Oh, for each one?
For each of them?
Yep. Okay.
Oh, great.
Well, I think that would put me back up to full.
You're just down one, or?
I'm just down one in each of them. Yeah.
Oh, well, bingo bango.
Lucky you.
How are you doing, Zinnia?
Well, do I have to apply them to individuals?
Yes.
So I have, I'm currently down 1 on int. Can I use the 2 for that? I guess that's my question is like, do I have to go
No,
in
they're
order? Okay, so I guess I'm back up to full on int, but still down 2 on wisdom and back to full on charisma.
Okay. Tyler, how are you doing?
My charisma is completely done. It's good and healed. I'm now only down 1 on wisdom. Still down an absolute pronk load on intelligence. So you thought Adras was dumb? Let me introduce you to the new King of Stupid.
Don't worry, Devasha. We'll make this guy our pet when we get back on the ship still.
We eat mind sands.
Yes.
We'll pet the rabbits when we get back to the ship.
Yeah, I've always wanted a pet, but I have a lot of kids and they have allergies, so we don't get many pets. All pets are small, and this big pet would be very fun to have. Let's go, Shibi.
The Malign Union. It's Independence. The Malign Union. They have detected your presence, and its agents are legion. If you fought them once before, it will try again and again until your minds are erased from this place and you are turned into just sand.
Is there any way to protect ourselves from this?
This shelter I will show you. It is a place where you can rest your mind and prepare. It looks up into the sky to where the comet, this representation of Hylax, is, and says, "She cares about this place centuries later, and she sacrificed a part of this place in order to keep the faith. Hylax be praised."
Praise.
Thank you.
You're welcome, Shibi.
Follow me. Follow, and I will take you there. Independence steps back into the maelstrom of swirling sand around you all, and with a thunderclap, it dissipates, and they are gone, only leaving behind the encroaching fog, which slowly moves back to creep upon you all. But in your mind, it says, "Follow this way. Try not to think about directions. There are no directions here, only visions to guide us. Follow the ideas I tell you to get to shelter." Right. So what's your guys' marching order there through the desert of the mindscape?
I'll lead. I'll use my vibration blind sense to sort of keep some feelers out for any burrowing enemies, or my extra super perception to look out for standing enemies.
Devasho, will you hold my hand through this journey?
Sure, buddy. We all could use a good positive reinforcement here.
And then
I'm happy to hold your hand.
And then Echo 7 looks at the rest of the party and just does a little wink emoji.
And then Devasho goes on length about how he used to have to hold his eldest hand whenever they would go to the grocery store because he was always afraid he was going to get lost in the refrigerated section.
Yes, this is a good story. However, now is not the time.
All right, Xenia also has blind sense now, so she is going to follow closely behind Trust, and we will be blind sense buddies and keep all of our feelers out.
BSBs you talking about?
Blind Sensicles.
Blind Sense back tonight.
Yeah, so you guys can continue on your march here, and it returns the desert to a very silent, unnerving place where all you hear is a few clicks and chitters far off in the distance. There's odd smells that assail you, temperatures leaving you feeling uncertain, off balance as you walk. As soon as you feel comfortable, you have to like turn the AC on your suit back on, and then you're freezing cold a moment later. Perhaps about 20 minutes after you leave the maelstrom behind here, the fog begins to lift again, and far off on the horizon, where there's these jagged rocky peaks that kind of look like termite mounds and odd alien structures, you see some like variation in the lighting there, and the wind begins to pick up. Seems to have blown away the fog around you, and on this wind you can hear far off an inaudible, just psychic scream coming along with it, just says, and from the mountains you see storm clouds beginning to form under the starless sky, the color of bruised flesh and burnt ashes. The keening, this howling on the wind continues and carries the inhuman screeching. Just as the wind picks up and the sands begin blowing around you, you see forms and shapes on the edge of your vision as the sand begins to dance on the surface and moving things beyond the scope of your imagination. But in your minds, a familiar voice tries to calm you. It says, "It is here. It has found you. Stay vigilant. Survive its storm. Continue forward." Why don't you guys make me a survival check? See if you can tell what is happening here.
Yeah.
Do we all have to make one?
Anyone that's got a strain that feels like you can contribute to the roll? Yeah. Oh boy. Oh well, maybe got a 19 on the dice from Rebecca at first, but both Tress and Sprouts, you feel the same way. There doesn't seem to be anything really natural about this storm. As you like push through, you can barely feel the wind that's pushing the sand. You feel the sand, and then maybe like a moment later you feel some like wind passing by, but it looks like it is a tornado, raging all around you. But yeah, it does seem to be perhaps a manifestation in this mindscape here. Now, maybe a mysticism check to see what the actual implications of this storm might be.
Oh, I can do better than that. I can be useful here. Nope. Nope.
Or you can roll a 5.
None of us did well.
Yeah,
we all kind of bombed that roll. Thank you, Trest, for being at least have a high bonus.
Yeah, you guys aren't really sure what exactly this storm represents, but you do sense, obviously, there's a malignancy behind the unusual weather. It does seem like something fairly sinister, perhaps by the prick of your thumbs. Something wicked this way comes. Yeah, but what would you like to do here?
Is the tornado sort of moving in our direction, or
the clouds are slowly passing over you and seems to be impossible to outrun?
Well, it is a mind tornado. Should we try to avoid it?
I feel like we should keep our heads down and keep marching forward and just essentially ignore what we see out of the corners of our eyes, right? Or
I would tend to agree with that as well.
Yeah, keep trying to make some progress here.
Your eyes can deceive you. Don't trust them.
Do we
keep blinders on?
Are there environmental protections here?
Yes. But the same thing, it feels like your temperature is not being regulated extremely well by it. But yeah, you've got your armor, your gear, everything you normally have. As you continue on, trying your best to beat the physical aspects of this mental storm here. Let's for no reason whatsoever, let's roll some initiative.
Oh, whoa. Wait, I was about to say, is there any chance that while we are walking here that I can attune my camouflage membrane to the sandy biome of sorts?
I'll allow it.
Of a psychic realm? Sure.
I mean,
he had some time.
None of this makes sense, so.
Independence. Yeah, you look like just like a gray drab piece of clothing. Oh boy. We got some initiative.
Tyler, you're not going last.
Hey.
Oh my gosh, Jabert, how? How
know.
did you manage such a feat?
I decided to come down and hang out with you down here at the bottom of the turn order.
Good.
Tress is holding Devash's hand too.
Right, exactly.
Come. The power of friendship will get us through this storm. I saw this once on one of my kids' shows. I think it was the Trox Rangers or something.
Okay. So we are in initiative turn order. At the top, Echo 7. Fun stuff happening on each round. Why don't you go ahead and roll me a D8?
Oh, good.
You love random tables and Starfinder APs, right?
Sure
It
do.
is fun.
That's a 4.
Excellent. Seeping through your guys' environmental protections, almost like you weren't wearing any armor before, the air here just becomes extraordinarily thin, and then the next moment it feels like you're breathing like lead and toxic fumes all at the same time. Give me, everyone, a fortitude save, DC 18.
I think we've talked about this before. I cast roughly once a week. I cast Life Bubble on everybody. So if this is something that is a harmful gas or vapor, I believe everyone is immune to it.
As this says, it gets around most of these environmental protections. I'm going to say no effect, but perhaps a bonus to saves here.
Okay.
Echo 7 doesn't breathe.
I'm gonna roll my fort.
So is it air that you're actually breathing here? No, we have to get real Matrix on this style.
Yeah. I mean, I presume this is something that would come up in that the author would have written.
I want to see you, struggle to breathe for the first time ever, Drew. And you got a good fortitude save, right?
Oh, no.
You, Patrick.
Yes.
You forgot. I can't believe this is such a horse hockey.
You forgot how to breathe, or perhaps you're just being
Perhaps I never knew.
You forgot how to do a thing you don't need to or have never had to know how to do.
That's a natural 1 on Echo 7's fort save.
At one point in his Amarantan life, before he was soul jarred, basically you did breathe.
Yeah, but we don't know that coming out of the soul jar. So go to the soul forge. We don't remember anything.
Exactly. So you've forgotten how to breathe here. Definitely with that critical fail. Sprouts Marlowe with the bonus. That is going to be enough. Jabert rolled a 3 and Drew rolled a 1. So that is a fail. And you guys have the sickened condition just for the next round until the beginning of your next round. So that is your turn, Drew. I'm sorry, on your turn, if there's a standard or a move action you want to do at this point, like I said, you can have environmental protections up. They do nothing.
Can I do a perception check to see if I can see what is it the tornado that's doing this, or is there something inside the tornado that's doing this?
So it's not really a tornado. It's just a blanketed storms and winds kind of blowing all around you. I imagine there's no rain here. It's just the sand getting picked up and whipped around that is making these crazy shapes and what looks like roiling waves over the surface of the desert. Unless you have like a standard action or something, I don't know if perception is going to help you out of said storm.
I'll drop prone. I don't think that's going to do anything, but I'm going to do it anyway.
Hunkering down. Xenia, we're on to you. Why don't you roll me a d8?
Right? That's another 4.
Ooh, I think we might re-roll this for the fun of all kinds of crazy stuff happening.
All right.
Don't roll
That's
a
an
1.
8.
8, you say? Oh, it's the best one. The darkened clouds seem to form together above you all in what looks like a advancing, angry, swarm-like visage. You see mandibles and claws kind of reaching out down to the surface of the sands, where you're blasted with gusts of wind. PC's choice. Everyone can choose to make a fortitude, a reflex, or a will save for half.
Does evasion count here?
I would say no.
Where was that last roll, Echo? Come on.
Yeah, good job for Drew.
Yeah.
Oops. A great job for everyone except Xenia so far. What you got, Tyler?
27.
Oh, everyone's bringing out the big rolls except for Xenia. This is 68 points of force damage.
Oh, 6d8. I see.
Oh gosh.
Why would evasion not work? Because by the rules, if you succeeded a reflex save against...
Well, yeah, but also against the rules, we're not supposed to...
Every
we're supposed
time
to be immune to all these effects,
I break the rules in this book, it's because a wizard named Thurston Hillman allowed me to do it.
I will be DMing a tweet right now.
Whoa, what is that roll?
Terribly low damage.
Insane.
That is a lucky roll.
5 damage for you guys mostly saved, so it's like you're combined pushing back against this psychic energy, and on 68 only 10 points of damage to Xenia, 5 points to everyone else, which is why I basically decided beforehand. I was like, no evasion. you don't get in the psychic place where I'm gonna roll terrible. And through the darkness of the storm, the clouds kind of like bearing down on you. Tyler, you don't see a swarm shape. You see a shape that looks very familiar to you, like you're looking into a huge mirror in the sky upon your own countenance. And it looks down at you here, and slowly you hear psychically it says, Davasho, I told you I would find you. And this part of the storm kind of like blows over almost as quickly as it comes in to you guys. And you are left once more trudging along, hunkering down, trying to make sense of this storm. Is there anything you want to do, Xenia, here on your turn?
In case I didn't say it before, I think she is going to walk and not fly.
Okay.
So presuming she's up in the air right now, she'll land on solid ground. I hope there's solid ground. I don't think there's anything to do. She'll just keep moving forward.
Sounds good to me. Next, Sprouts Marlowe, 23 on the initiative. Roll me a d8.
All right. It's a 3.
All right, a new one. As you are marching, hunkering and trudging through the sand, it suddenly begins to bubble up, these air bubbles popping through, and you see bits and pieces of the sand heating up perhaps, or liquefying and melting. Everyone make me a reflex save to negate. I will allow your good evasion on this one, as the acid The sand basically turns to acid. And if you move so far in this round, which I believe Zinnia has described, you get a +2 bonus to this. A +2 bonus.
Do I need to roll?
Yes.
But I'm not on the ground.
Yep, you got hunkered there from your good boy Echo 7 hitting the ground. Oh, Rebecca, these rolls are not your best tonight. Even with this bonus, as a fail.
I'm slow.
Okay, looks like we've got 3 saves. Echo 7.
Echo 7 and I are both taking -2s from second.
Oh, that's a good point.
But you're still both good, right? Yes.
I think so. I rolled
DC 18.
I hope a 19 on the dice would do that.
So yeah, this just negates the damage. So just our boy Devasho and Zinnia. This is 48 acid damage. Wait, D6. 46 acid. Ooh. Average roll here, but a lot more than last time. 15 points of acid.
And if we saved, we negate this damage?
Yes.
Correct. Okay. I'm sorry. Espresso, is there any standard action or anything you want to do here? Do you want to move on and get off of Echo?
Yeah, I guess I'll move forward, especially if being on Echo, for whatever reason, makes me have to roll for things on the ground anyway.
Your ride's all busted up. He's getting swallowed by the sand. Then that takes us to Devasho. Tyler, roll me a D8.
Patrick, do you think we're in a situation? I'll roll a D8. But do you also think we're in a situation where I can even go into a mode or get attunement? This isn't like traditional fudge. This isn't like traditional combat. So
no, but this is some difficulties. I would say yeah, sure. Why not?
Which one mode it is? I rolled a 1.
That same mental psychic screech that was far off in the peripheral stages of the storm kind of all of a sudden is on top of you all, and all you hear is that screech, that keenly just rocking your brains. I need everyone to make me a DC 18 will save, a mind affecting effect blasting your minds. Yeah.
Oh, thank prompt.
Where are these rolls when we're actually in combat?
A lot of 18s specifically rolled on these dice in this.
Yeah, just a save for Trest, and everyone else saved. So write that down. Okay, but we are still taking some damage, half damage from 66 Sonic coming at you guys. Real bad. It's 14 points. So everyone takes 7 Sonic. Trest onto you at the bottom of the turn order.
All right. Rolling a D8.
Yeah.
A 4. Should I re-roll that?
Yeah. Let's at least try and get through some of a 2s. Rising from the surrounding sands is a cacophony of voices, maybe some that you attribute to people you've known in the past, some angrily asking questions in a manner of languages. All around you, they seem to be cutting to the heart of your psyche. Maybe you hear your own voice. You hear, well, you will not leave here alive. Why do you persist? Your children will be born and torn asunder if you do not leave to protect them. Your soul will be devoured, your organs harvest, your heads resting on pikes. What is happening? Who are you? What do you continue on for? Striking out against these voices, you guys have to reason or argue with them. And to do that, it is a diplomacy or intimidate check to fight back against these voices in your minds.
All right.
Good thing I put some ranks in old diplomacy.
Ooh, boy, it's a high DC, folks.
Get off of my plane.
Oh boy, but we've got a 19 on the dice, an 18 on the dice, an 18 on the dice. Oh jeez.
Oh, no.
And Drew, a natural 1.
That's 2.
He draws upon the wrong movie.
Tyler, what'd you
He tries to do Rambo, and it's like Kung Pao under the fist.
No, I called out Harrison Ford and the one where he's on the plane.
he just forgot that he was Gary Oldman.
Oh no! I'm getting off the plane. Tyler, what did you get?
28.
Okay, DC 28. So that is 4 successes here.
Woohoo.
And
Oh boy.
We're just yelling into the ether.
The only one fail here, Drew. Oh boy. You are shaken for 4 rounds.
No, shaking sucks.
Oh man. Do I get a standard action?
Yeah, is there something you want to do here? Buff or something?
Indeed, I got a little thing called Remove Condition Lesser.
Oh,
I see
slapping them.
I see that Echo is like just losing their mind over there, and so I'm gonna reach out with my mind and soothe their cold metal brain. Remove Condition Lesser. So remove sickened condition.
Awesome.
Wait, you're being sickened or shaken?
Was it shaken for 4 rounds?
Shaken for 4 rounds. Yeah.
Then I'll remove shaken. You're still sickened with me.
I'm still sickened, but that'll be done at the beginning of the turn.
Yeah. Excellent.
I don't want us taking a -4 on this next check.
Oof.
Okay, let's get back to the top of the turn order. Echo 7, back to you, Drew. Let's we'll just do a straight roll. I don't know. There's so many good ones still. Actually, I'm gonna start picking some fun ones at the top of the turn order.
Good.
Actually, why don't you roll me a d6?
A d6.
You have 3 more here from the d8. So yes, Drew. Drew, as you guys are stuck here in the storm, you notice the nearby ground. The sand here kind of washes away, and all you see is a bloody slash in what looks like a mass of suppurating flesh, and can sense something crying out in pain, pain that threatens to take over your own mind here, lest you do something about it. Everyone can make me a life science or a medicine check to dress this wound. Oh wow, Zinnia succeeded. Who saw that coming?
No one. She's
I'm not trained in either of these, so could I even make a check?
If you roll a 20, it's a success. Why not? You've rolled enough ones today. Oh no. Speaking of ones,
it's insane that they're making you roll like trained stuff.
Yeah, baby.
Trained only skills to avoid stuff like this.
And Patrick says if you roll a 20, you're fine. I rolled a 19.
Yeah.
-2. You're failing with me, Drew. You're failing with me. Get down here in the mud with me.
That the failure, you guys just get that psychic feedback that seems to create the same wounds. It like appears on your own body. No damage here except for a single con damage.
No.
Everyone else saves and is inured to that.
How long do we have this con damage?
Oh, I'm sorry. It was DC 26, so everyone except Zinnia, I should say. It's con damage, so I mean it's until you rest or you heal up. But I will say with Zinnia's final success here, you guys have totaled 20 resistance points in trying to psychically push back this connection storm, and with very little fanfare, the winds cease, the sands around you settle, and the dark clouds recede.
I have a question about con damage. if I lose HP as a result of my con going down, do I take that as damage or does it just drop the maximum?
I think it's damage.
Okay. Great.
Right. So these dark clouds kind of push back, receding to where you see several large mounds on the kind of exterior of this desert to the northeast, kind of like looks like over a range of massive volcanoes. And yeah, the departure of the storm, you see in its place what looks like a faint path leading through the silvery dunes, allows you to continue on unabated.
That was not fun. Let's not summon that again.
It makes me wonder, what was the point of that?
If I had to guess, the psychic realm is trying to weaken us for further tribulations that lie ahead. But I'm also very unintelligent right now, so probably a bad guess.
You are not smart, but you are wise.
How am I articulating this, though?
Right.
All right, onward we march.
Yeah, and it's maybe 30 minutes after that. Your guys, as you're with one another, your sense of time seems to be becoming a little bit more easily recognizable. You are cresting up a series of dunes here, and with a single step forward, everything around you changes, and you suddenly feel yourself outside of your own body, perhaps seeing through something else's eyes. And then this dark dinginess, you hear sounds of terrified shouts nearby, the scuttling of creatures, and the sound of chitinous feet on stone, including your own feet. You smell only but the tangy odor of foul organic acid, along with perhaps sweat, fear, and desperation of creatures in your way. There is a powerful instinct inside of you all to overwhelm enemy defenses, destroy life. And as you kind of gather along one another in the dimness here, you see a familiar scene, which I'll take us to. That of the Forever Reliquary, the main temple chamber, where before you all, you see a number of swarm Korovoxes that seem to be taking the main chamber. You see a few of the Sacred Assembly gathered here, Tuva, as well as the Han acolytes, kind of holding them off as best they can. And it takes just a moment or two for you all to realize that you are viewing a part of the swarm's continuing assault on the Forever Reliquary that you left behind. But you're no longer yourselves, and you're no longer here. And also, it seems like while a long amount of time has passed in the mindscape, this doesn't look to be more than perhaps 20 minutes after you had left and entered the mindscape. But taking a look around you all, it takes just but a moment, but you are no longer yourselves. Instead, each of you are controlling a swarm creature.
Oh, and we're going to have to roll to kill people in the Forever Reliquary, aren't we?
Oh, no.
No,
you have control of 5 swarm Thresher Lords.
What?
Here.
that's cool.
Okay, take a look at the crazy map that I've set up. And need to zip some stats over to you guys. Whoop. Take a look. I've got the Swarm Thresher Lord stats over here to the side. Yay.
Cool. This is cool.
Boo, boo, boo. But you guys, like I said, can tell that only a short amount of time has passed here in reality, and they seem to be holding off the swarm. But this connection that you have to them, perhaps you can help out. Let's roll up into initiative turn order again. We'll be using your own initiatives and not that of a Thresher Lord.
Well, that sucks because that was like the only chance I would have ever had of going first.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Okay, and let's see here. There is a lot of psychic chatter in your mind of not really language, but more just like instincts of like push forward, attack, kill. Is fairly disorienting for you guys, but you also notice that there is a psychic creature behind the enemy lines, behind you all, that seems to be feeding this animosity and this attack moving forward. And that is what I've revealed on the map. Creature you've not seen before. A medium-sized swarm creature that's got kind of Drake-like draconic wings.
Can we see that thing zoomed in?
This thing?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
But yeah, it seems to be egging you guys forward. Someone rolled initiative for... Who's this 28?
Is that me?
I don't know.
It's like Echo.
Yeah. Come on, Drew. You clicked on like the Thresher Lord.
Sorry.
You guys do have permission to move these bad boys, I believe.
Yep.
Okay, let's rock and roll it out. And first in turn order is Echo 7.
All right.
You're kind of towards the front, or no, you're like in the middle of the party here. What would you like to do?
Let's see. I'm trying to see how much movement we have with these guys.
30 feet.
I want to try to... We can go after this thing, right? This thing that's egging us on.
To the south? Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to move towards it.
So your movement as a Thresher Lord is 30 feet. So you want to double move or?
Yes. And if I'm going to double move, I'm going to do myself a favor. And because I'm assuming this thing doesn't know, maybe it does, but I'm going to move here to get on the opposite side of it.
Sure. Moving past it.
Yeah.
Okay. Then let's go ahead and next in turn order, Sprouts Marlowe.
Sprouts is, which I'm gonna move right here, which I can't move my guy.
Try it now.
Let's put some here. And I am going to try to attack with the arm blade.
So you're moving up on this unnamed, unknown, smaller swarm.
I don't know if we get flanking bonuses, but I am flanking with Echo's swarm.
Yeah, throw out that arm blade, boy.
All right, I just rolled D20.
Yeah, and I have that bonus for
5 on the dice.
Arm blade is plus 23 for Thresher Lord.
That's a 28 then.
Nice against KAC. That is a miss. As this medium monstrous swarm just kind of definitely dodges out of the way. Maybe you get like a little bit of its shoulder, but
does that include flanking?
That does for this. Yes.
Just flanking would have been +2, so it would have been 30.
Just as a reminder, because you guys don't typically have it, you have reach, so you don't have to stand that close.
That's true.
I moved as far as I could move.
Oh, then I will probably back up a little bit if I have reach.
Devasho, are you next in the turn order? Yes.
Yeah.
No, Zinnia.
No, Zinnia should be.
You guys both rolled 18. What you got, Rebecca?
I would like to charge.
Whom?
At the draconic thing.
Okay. I think you just can get it there. And
Yeah, it's like 50 feet to move there. So
I will
should be able to do that.
allow it. You're charging this thing. Do you want to try and roll to figure out what it is?
As Xenia or as the thing?
Yeah, this is you guys' minds inside controlling these Thresher Lords.
Okay, so Xenia can roll life science even though my attacks are this thing's attacks. Okay. Yeah, I'll do that. Let's see if this looks familiar. It's a 25, 28 to identify.
4 on the dice here. That is not going to be enough. Ooh, this mysterious swarm monster, perhaps maybe This is the first one seen by non-swarm eyes. And, well, we'll see if you live to tell the tale.
Yep. All right. Just a D20 roll on the arm blade.
Yep.
Oh, that's a natural 20.
Bingo, bango. Boop, 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 boop.
I'm glad I wasted that 4 on that life science check.
Okay, so roll some double damage with the Thresher Lord.
Look at that critical bleed. Nice.
Yeah, so 2d10 would be 4d10,
Plus
right?
36.
Yep. This is going to be a big number.
All right. 59 damage. And then critical bleed 1d8.
That'll happen on its turn.
Okay.
But I'm marking it down here. Bleed damage. Let's give a critical shout out to one of our $10 above Patreon supporters. Michael P, who's helped us out since June. Thanks so much for supporting the podcast on Patreon. Maybe you joined up because we had a hit new Pathfinder 2nd Edition podcast, or maybe you just liked helping out. Either way, thanks so much. And that's going to take us to Devasho. Your turn.
All right, Devasho is just going to murder all the smaller components in front of him. Everyone's turned south, so he's going to clean out the small fry.
Oh, yeah.
Full attack, Blade Storm. I'm going to attack the one directly in front of me 3 times unless it goes down, in which case I will switch to a different target.
Spoiler warning, it's going to go down.
Slash.
If you hit, probably.
Yeah, plus 23. 9 on the dice for a 32.
Hit.
All right. 2d10 plus 18.
Ooh.
35 points of damage.
Oh, so close. It is actually still up. This first one.
Dang. Well, let's roll a second one then. Does a 25 hit?
It is actually very dead. On the second hit.
Yeah.
And then let's do the third attack against the other one within reach. And this one is going to be...
Yeah, all 3 of these should actually be, what, plus 20 for the triple blade? No, plus 18.
Yeah, plus 20. Plus 18 is the damage, plus 20 is the attack.
Gotcha.
Right? Natural 20, that one's dead.
It doesn't matter.
Let's just roll for the funsy 4.
Yeah, roll for the funsy. But I will say your minimum damage is enough to kill a second.
I know, but I just want to see if I can beat Rebecca's damage. No, I can't. She's better than me.
Okay. Tress, we are on to you, good sir. Sarah. Let's see here. You want to help out with the frontal assault or head back to where these guys are taking on an unassuming looking swarm creature?
There are a lot of people back there, so I think charge up into this attack into the front, and I'm going to charge in and just lay into this Korvox that is sort of up in front, and I'm going to make a big display out of it as I'm trying to attract their attention. Ooh. So I'm taking a -2 to this attack because of charge. 32 to hit. Hit. That is so close to 29 points of damage.
Okay, immediately bloody.
Oh boy.
Oh.
And that is going to take us to the end of the turn. I'm going to clear out some dead Korvoxes, and you guys can each make an attack of opportunity as a couple of others are moving in on you. Both Trest and Devasho can make that attack of opportunity.
Sure, I've hit.
Roll damage.
Will do.
I think you got to roll a 1 for most of these attacks.
31 points of damage.
All right, another one bloodied. Yep, and Jabert hits as well.
Oh, good damage.
Oof, boy. Okay, nearly max here. All right, so another one. Bloodied. You're just like tearing through these Korvoxes there, and as you do so on the dais, perhaps you see Tuva just like looking on, sweat dripping down her brow as she looks over these Thresher lords just tearing into the Korvoxes and says, "Hylax be praised!"
I don't know if Thresher lords have eyelids, but I wink.
It's like 4 eyes winking on one side of its face. Like, okay, let's see here. We've got some other actions we can take. These sweet boys are going to try to attack you. The swarm Korvoxes, and what's your KAC? 25. They've got to roll pretty high. I'm going to roll. This guy can get into. I'm going to roll 5 attacks for each Devasho and Trieste. Slashing. Okay, I've got a 19 on 1 for Devasho. That is, and the 14 I think is just going to be a hit too. 2 hits from their claws, and I don't think you have to worry too much about this. Oh boy. +5 each, so 13 points of slashing damage. Okay. And let's do the same to Bert in the alien body. Ooh, a few more attacks here. 3 attacks for 24 points of damage. Don't think that's really gonna have too much bearing here, but this is, mind you, physical damage to the swarm Thresher Lord that you're inhabiting.
Ow. Be a pretty nasty turn against Trust, but Thresher's still going strong.
And let's see what else we can do here. So for this creature down here to the south, you guys can make attacks of opportunity, as it is going to fly up and try and get away from you. So that is Zinnia, Sprouts, and Echo 7. You guys can try and make a swing.
Does it get its critical bleed at this point?
Yes. Yeah, so you feel free to roll that as well.
Okay. Oh, that's only a 1 on the critical bleed. Lame.
Bringing your total to 60. Oh, maybe more. You've both Sprouts and you plus 23. We've got a 40 and a 39.
Yeah, hit.
2 hits.
All right.
So both roll your damage. Where is the damage? It's 2d10 plus 18.
It's going to be 31 from Zinnia.
Nice.
35 from Sprouts.
Okay. This thing is looking pretty worse off, but it is able to escape your reach, get about 15 feet north of the melee, and it's going to psychically assault one of you. Let's see who. Echo 7. It is indeed hammering your mind with an assault. You are within range of one of your swarm allies, though. To give you the swarm mind effect, you can roll twice on this will save and take the better of the 2. So it's basically advantage on 2d20 and then plus 11 for their will save.
Wait, so we're rolling for the these guys will save and not Echo 7's will save?
Correct.
Okay.
I mean, I guess if your will save is better, you can use yours, but is it?
I think theirs is actually better because theirs is plus 11 and mine is plus 7.
Yeah, use theirs and go ahead and roll that for me. First one's a 13. Ooh, second one's an 18. You're going to need that because indeed it was DC 26 for this 6th level mind thrust.
Ooh, ouch.
If it fails the save, the target becomes exhausted and stunned. Instead, you're only fatigued for a single round, and you're taking half damage of 17d10.
Oh, good.
Just giving you guys a little taste of higher level combat.
That is good. I forget how just stupid high the dice get on Mind Thrust.
It gets to 17 D10.
Yeah.
Okay. Half damage of 75 is often 37? 37.
And these things don't have any stamina, right?
No, they are bags of blood and hit points.
I'm so
that, yeah, you guys are giant swarm murder tanks. I would hope you'd still be up, but that is not the end of the turn. For as you guys are navigating the effects of keeping inside these swarm creatures, I need everyone everyone to use your own ability and make a will save. So your own will bonus. This is DC 16.
Phew.
Oh boy. Thank goodness.
Oh, they're trying to kick us out of the bodies.
Oh no.
No, we stay in bodies.
We will not abandon you, Hylax.
Looks like everyone has saved. So that's good. Yeah, you feel some psychic feedback of them indeed trying to kind of push back, or perhaps it's the mental strain of what it is you're doing, just moving these huge meat robots through real space. But that is going to be the end of turn 1, and we're going to go on turn 2 with you, Echo.
All right, so Echo 7. Make sure I can do this. Oh, yeah. Echo 7's going to move over here.
Moving up to this medium swarm.
Yeah, and take an arm blade attack with this.
Yeah, go right ahead.
So 12 plus 23 is a 35? Am I doing that right?
It sounds impossibly high, but that is a hit.
Right. For 2d10 plus 18. So that's an 18 plus 6, which is 24?
Are you asking me or are you telling me? That is enough to exactly bloody this thing, as you've gotten it looks like the 5th attack amongst you guys on it landed, and it's dipping around, avoiding the full brunt of the Thresher Lords, but it does seem to be holding its own against the 3 of you. Sprouts, Marlowe, you want to continue the assault?
Oh, absolutely.
Moving on up, slicing it down.
All right, that's a 10, so it's what, plus?
That's a 33.
3, yes.
Hit.
All right, and that's 2d10 plus 18?
Oh, correct.
All right.
You guys making soldiers and operatives when you could have been giant Thresher Lords.
It's 28 points damage.
All right. Xenia, it's still up. It's still angry. What would you like to do?
Is it in the air right now?
It's flying, but it's only about 10 feet above.
Okay. I mean, these guys can fly too, so I presume I could just fly up to meet it in the air if necessary. She will... I'm actually going to take... Am I 10 feet away without moving?
No.
No. Okay.
15.
Cool.
Moving in and making an attack.
Yeah, if I'm moving, that means I can't attack more than once, right? Okay. So
it knows your ability as well.
Yeah. All right. So 20. Well, I'll just roll a 20. So 12 plus 23. So
hit.
All right. And then 2d10 plus 18 on that is a total of 23 damage.
All right. All right. Yes, it is looking harried by your guys' campaign of murder and death on it. Speaking of which, Devasho, you've got 5 Korvoxes around you, 2 of which have already been hurt pretty darn badly.
Is it true that I just need to not roll a 1 to hit these things?
One of them. Yes.
Okay, then I'm just going to roll 3d20 with just by themselves and call them hits if long. Okay, so 3 hits. And we're just going to go down the line, left to right.
Yeah.
2d10 plus 18. First one's getting 29 points of damage.
Do you want to attack one of the ones that you've already hurt?
Yeah, starting with the ones that were bloodied. I should have said that specifically. Sorry.
Yeah, because you had an attack of opportunity on one that moved in on you.
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and keep on attacking.
And the second damage is much better, 36.
Bloodied.
And last one, 24.
All right, so you've got 2 more dead this turn.
Yay! That's my whole turn.
And Trest, we're on to you.
All right. Do I have any bloodied ones in range of me?
Yes, you have 2 that have been bloodied already.
Great. Yeah, I'll start with those
them.
2. Yeah, and then move on to one of the other ones.
So far, you guys have been averaging 2 per round. Let's see if you can keep that up.
Let's keep it up. Yeah.
Slice and dice. So I'm just going to take 2 off the board. Roll damage for that last one.
Okay.
Yeah, look how easy this is. We figured it out. Your minimum damage is
29 points of damage to that one.
22. Okay, and then we've got another bloodied one here. Not dead, but bloodied. And you guys have so far taken out 6 of this pack of Korvoxes. They will continue their assault on you, and just a single attack each. So each of you, just a single claw attack goes through for 6 points of damage to Vasho, 10 points Trest. And we're going down to this other alien creature down here. It is going to, I think, fly 30 feet up in the air. So just so you guys just reach again, but make me an attack of opportunity for each of you. Cinia, Echo 7, and Sprouts.
That is a 38 for Echo.
Hit, and hit, Smiles.
Oh, nice.
So you guys roll that damage and see if, I think it'll still be up, but we don't know. Maybe if you'll roll balls to walls well here.
That's a 29 damage from Echo.
Ooh, that's good.
32 from Xenia.
26 from Sprouts.
Oh, it's still up, but is real hurt. It's going to make what's its last ditch effort? Who did most of its damage to Echo 7? So it's going to try and focus on you.
Oh, Xenia did more damage.
No, it did more damage to you, so it's going to try and finish you off. And it, believe it or not, I believe against. With its magical attack, 2 on the dice is going to be a hit.
What? A toot is a hit? That is astronomical.
This guy is like 6 levels above our good friends, the Thresher Lords of CR10. So it's doing a fun spell. It manipulates the energy around the Thresher Lord's head, pulling energy inward, and you feel the Thresher Lord just kind of like screaming as that makes a attack against the Thresher Lord's EAC, which is definitely a hit. And what happens next? So if it hits, the target must make a fortitude save. Drew, make that save for your
I think I know this spell.
Yeah, you're fatigued Thresher Lord here, so a little -2, I believe.
To make it with its fort save?
Yep. Or I mean, if yours is no, it will be its because it's its physical, corporeal body.
That's a 15 on the dice for a 29.
Ooh, okay. There is a fatigued. Actually, no, I don't think fatigued will do anything against Constitution. So that's good. You have saved yourself from 18d8 damage of having your skull crushed from the spell Crush Skull. It is not a death effect, though. You only take 48 points of damage. Boop. And you're still alive. 28 points, right? You're still up. Yeah.
Yes.
What's that math? Close, but no cigar. Okay. That's its turn. Let's do another round of will saves for everybody. The will to keep in these bodies, the DC is going to go up a little bit here. What you guys got?
I never have any bond.
Yes. Devasho, rolling 11. It's a fail. We've got a fail from Sprouts and Echo 7. Now, this is psychic mental feedback damage that your character takes. It is 15 points. So this is what your character is taking in your mind, not your Thresher Lord. Okay, yeah, that's the end of the turn. Back to you, Echo 7.
I'm still in range, right?
You will have to move up to get to this guy. He's flying them in the air currently.
Oh, Pronk, I just wanted to hit him a bunch of times.
Well, you're getting your attack of opportunities in. You guys have done that damage. But yeah, he's looking very weak, very ragged here at the top of the temple chamber.
If I just move to here, can I attack him still?
Yeah, if you fly up, you can. It's 30 feet above the ground right now.
I'll do that, and I will hit him with a good old-fashioned arm blade. That's a fort on the dice, so that is a...
Sounds like a good old-fashioned miss.
Yeah, it's a 27 to hit.
That's a miss. Unfortunately, Sprouts Marlowe, though, you've got a chance. You've got a chance to take him on.
Boy.
You flying up and getting a swing, and
Yeah.
oh, a 19 on the dice will do.
All right, so 1, 2, 10.
I think actually, I'm looking at the math here. No matter what, you are doing enough to lay this one down.
Yeah.
Slice in half this very powerful swarm overlord creature.
And then he starts to eat them. Nom, 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 nom. I'm a swarm. Nom, 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 nom.
I'll allow it.
Yay.
As this thing goes down and you guys over here are just obliterating the swarm Korvoxes, you see the defenders of Hylax agog, perhaps extremely frightened by what they're seeing. But yeah, they seem to realize that something has gone wrong with some of these swarm as they were about to be overrun. And now you all are slicing through. Perhaps we'll mum another round of Devasho and Trest slicing through the Korvoxes, but you've already nearly killed half of that party and destroyed whatever Commander Swarm was pushing them forward psychically. As you get in like the last swing, Devasho or Trest, I should say, there's some synaptic feedback, and all of a sudden you're standing in the sands of the mindscape again, just kind of like pretending your arms are giant blades and slicing through the air in front of you.
What a bunch of dorks.
I throw a beanbag at Devasho and I say, "Firebolt!"
As
Devasho takes it, pretends he's on fire.
Well, yeah, as you look to your side, Devasho, Echo 7's Thresher Lord just kind of crumples to the ground, calling out, psychically screaming as it seems to be in a huge amount of pain. And you see the same thing happening behind you in the temple to the flying Thresher Lord that was Echo 7, just falls to the ground 30 feet. They seem to be dying as you leave their minds, themselves getting a whole mess of synaptic damage from being a mind vessel. And even you get back to the desert of the mind here, back to quote unquote this reality, where you're exactly where you were in the desert of the mindscape, cresting a small series of dunes that seem to be built up like a small mountain. And as you get to the summit, you see in the distance an odd looking structure, perhaps fashioned around less of architectural ideals, but more around interpretation or emotion. It looks like perhaps something out of a beehive of 3 large circular domes with these lines crossing between them. This seems to be the building, the structure that Independence has said is a place of refuge.
Ah, perfect. We should take a rest inside and gain what advantage we can here.
Well, but before you guys move forward, I would be remiss to not ask you. You have taken some damage from the connection storm and from some of you from the fight here in the Forever Reliquary in the form of kind of psychic feedback. Does anybody want to take 10?
Sprouts does.
Echo 7 does.
Has anyone taken any hit point damage?
Only the hit point.
Sprouts doesn't believe in hit point damage.
Only the hit point damage that we've taken with a con minus.
Yeah, I'm not sure I can negate that. I don't know how you remove damage in this game.
I take that back. If I take 10 if I take 10, I will get rid of the con damage, right?
No,
I think it's an overnight rest.
No, that has to be a 24. That has to be like an 8-hour.
Either way, that
snooze.
only affects my stamina, not my HP. So
right.
I'm good.
Yeah, Devasho's okay. You just kind of see him over there, and he just says, "I miss my arm blades. Those were fun."
Yes, those were sweet, weren't they?
Yeah. Maybe he comes up to Zinni and he goes, "You're a biologist. What could you think one of my arms could be an arm? Could you make? You stole one of my eyes. Maybe you could give me an arm blade as."
I actually am going to go ahead and drop a little lesser resto on myself.
Yeah, I was about to say if you've got con damage and have the spell, feel free to burn it away.
Yeah. Does anybody else have more than one con damage, or is it just?
I think it was just you and Echo 7.
You know what? I'll spend a spell on you, sir. You're a friend. You get that con damage back. My hero. In which case, like it might actually be useful for me to spend a resolve. So now it's not just like 6 hit points or whatever. No, I'm getting back like 21 hit points.
Gotcha.
SP.
Was anyone not burning an RP here? Okay. All right. Well, I'm glad I gave you the old option as you move forward to the refuge. As you draw closer, there seems to be a very large entrance in the middle of these kind of like hives sticking out of the ground, where you push past the silver sands covering the space around these trio of structures. And this is the largest of the 3 buildings that rises above the landscape here, and indeed resembles a baked brown upright mound of clay. Very dark compared to the silvery sands around it. And these 2 smaller structures kind of spread out back behind this first, with some tunnels between them. The 2 immense doors here at the front are sealed shut, yet display the image of a welcoming insectile face crowned with stars above its head. And 2 towering 20 by 20 foot stone platforms rise 5 feet from the sands near the entrance, supporting what looks like 2 immense and hideous statues made of black stone. Let me show you what this looks like. It is an insectoid-like creature, perhaps shades of a Trox, shades of a Sheeran, but kind of
weird.
Built of the same brown clay the building is made of.
It's the first guy I've seen who skipped arm day but not wrist day. Very different.
Yeah, it's got these massive forearms, these punching forearms, and there's bits and pieces of alien civilizations strewn throughout the architecture. But
interesting. Is there a culture check to make against that architecture, or anything else we can tell from appearances?
You stepping up to investigate, maybe snap a few mental snapshots.
Yeah. I mean, be a bad detective if I didn't.
Yeah, I mean, we're pretty sure this is a statue and not just like a adamantine golem, right?
There are two of them, and you are not sure that as you step forward to one of them, and it steps off the platform to meet you, perhaps in the same inquisitive way, looking you over and staring down at you and psychically talking into your mind, saying, to be continued.
I think we should name this one Knuckles. More friends. Sheeby and Knuckles forever.
I played that game back on the Sega Genesis, and it was not as good if you didn't have the Sheeby 3 cartridge to plug into the top.
Makes sense.
Oh, we got some more weirdness coming next week here on Cosmic Crit. I'm excited. We got to the Hylaxian Refuge. Spoiler warning, we have a lot to explore and investigate here. In like one of the few places that isn't transitory and full of craziness. I guess it's still full of craziness, but it's like a fixed location at least for you to explore. And that'll be next week on the episode.
Exciting.
Guys, thanks so much for playing with me.
Thank you, Patrick.
Thank you, Patrick.
Oh boy, listeners, thanks for listening, and we'll see you next time on Cosmic Crit.
You've been listening to Cosmic Crit, an officially licensed partner of Paizo Incorporated. The Starfinder role-playing game and adventure paths are trademarks of Paizo. All Pathfinder and Starfinder images are property of Paizo and are used with permission.